Hey there, everybody. So we got a special episode tonight with Angel Finance, the one and only CMDR or Commander, as those that love him and know him would call him. So we're going to get started here in a minute. But first, hope everybody's having a good weekend. We usually don't do weekend streams, but today we are doing a weekend stream. Let's get it started.
You're muted, bro.
Like I said, how we doing, man?
We're trudging. We're making it through it.
I'll tell you what, man. This freaking microphone, I touch the top and then it mutes me automatically. But I'm excited about our guest. We all love Commander. We love Angel Finance. This is going to be a good one. This is a special episode where we're just going to be talking about, what's been going on. Angel Finance has a lot of new things going on, and we're excited to talk to him. So let's see what the man has to say. What's up, CMDR? How are we doing, man?
What's going on, guys?
Dude, it was so great to see you.
What is this, like episode 4 now? 3 or 4?
Episode 4 with us. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
100%.
Well, always good to be back, man. I love talking to you guys. I had a blast with you in Vegas, so.
Dude, Vegas was crazy. It was crazy. We're dealing with COVID. Everybody on the timeline was like, look, I'm pregnant. And it was a positive COVID test. And, dude, us too. We're pregnant, both of us. So you're lucky. You pulled out quick enough, I guess. You know what I mean?
Nope, I haven't had any issues yet. Kat was a little bit sick on Sunday when we tried to fly back, and they actually kicked her off the plane.
What?
Yeah, dude. We got to the hospital, or we got to the airport, and she started getting sick, and like she couldn't hold it on the plane while we were waiting for takeoff, and they kicked her off the plane. So we had to stay in Vegas for a whole other night while she got better, and we didn't fly back till Monday. So
that's
it was crazy.
Did they at least just rebook you for tomorrow, the next day?
So they tried to rebook us for later that day, and she just wasn't feeling it, dude. So by the time we got back to the airport on Monday, they were basically like, fuck you, you missed your shot. So luckily she's got a ton of airline miles through Alaska. So we got a flight back for some miles plus like $33. So it wasn't too bad.
That's all right then. That's not bad.
But
you got them.
Still more money than we didn't need to spend,
Right.
Yeah. Well, so I heard I was going to say, I heard that you used the Angel Finance Treasury for that. So does that mean Angel Coin Nada is going to go to, like nothing? Is the project screwed? Like, are we going to zero?
We only used the Treasury for the Camaro that you didn't get.
Okay, the Camaro. That's what I thought. I was talking about that. I was like, I can't believe this guy. He bought a fresh red Camaro with all of their funds. So
I didn't even really get to enjoy it that much, man. We were driving around the city the entire time, and if you guys know, traffic in Vegas is like a nightmare. So the only time we really got to open it up was on the way back from the bank party. We got on the highway coming back from the bank party, and I think I got it up to like 95 or so on the highway, weaving in and out of traffic. But
that was what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you if you got to open it up. That's awesome.
Yeah, DeFi was loving it, dude. He likes to go fast. He's like a tall ass Ricky Bobby.
Said shake and bake. Let's go. No, that's awesome. That's really awesome. So how did you feel about Rare Evo? Like the whole conference? I mean, it was crazy to see so many people, but you've done that before.
I'm still kind of processing everything, to be honest with you, man. Like CNFTCon 2022 was cool because it was just like, it was a bunch of NFT degens. We weren't necessarily out of like the NFT bull run at the time yet. So everybody was still super hype, and there were some decent parties there at the Westgate. NFT LV was a lot smaller and felt like a lot more personal. You had time to stop by every booth and talk to everybody. Rare Evo was like it was like a completely different beast altogether, man. Like, I don't know, the whole cross chain thing with, you know, we had like Last there, we had EVM chains there, Doge was there, Solana was there, ICP was there, and like trying to like get around and talk to all of the Cardano projects that I already love, and then still trying to find time for all these, you know, cross chain projects that are there. It felt a little bit overwhelming at times. And we also had a really good opportunity this year to interview Charles Hoskinson, which
dude, I saw that, and
yeah.
you said it went awesome. I actually just got a message about how that it was about to go up right now, that the live interview was about to be posted.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be happening in like an hour or so. If I can't make it, I can't make it. It's not the end of the world. I had already slotted this time with you guys, so yeah, we can see what happens. But it'll be on the Windmint podcast on Spotify and stuff like that. So even if you guys can't catch it today, you can go watch it anytime you want. It was pretty good video, pretty good conversation. I think I pissed Charles off towards the end when I asked him about Ethereum, but
Nice.
that I thought it went great. And like his secretary Chelsea like messaged us later on that week and said that, you know, he really enjoyed it and had a good time. And I caught him on the stairs coming out of the convention, I think on Saturday, and like he recognized me and smiled and said that it was fun. And so it was surreal, man. Like being able to sit down with him, and like we had like a private space too, because like everybody else was interviewing him out on the convention floor, and we had like this boardroom set up with chairs, and it was like nice and calm and quiet and collected, and we just got to enjoy our conversation with him. So
I know we were looking. I think we went and ate lunch or something like that. We come back, we're like, all right, we got to find where they're at, what's going on, and they're like,
You guys were
they're
in a
in a
secret
private
bunker.
room, and we were like, well.
Yeah. We actually streamed it live on a Twitter space so that everybody could listen to it that wanted to.
Right.
Yeah, we recorded all the video. He recorded all the audio, and he took the last couple of days to mix everything up. So
nice.
That's
should be interesting to watch.
Dude, I will say, okay, so I have met so many people in my life, never felt a thing. But when we were at the Poker Ghost studio, or myself, Desert was taking a little nap, but I was at the Poker Ghost studio. I see this man, end up getting a picture with him. Dude, I got nervous. And I mean, like, I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but dude, I was nervous, man. I got nervous. I started talking crazy. I was like starstruck. That was the only time that I've ever been starstruck. Like, I've been around so many different people, like literally. I mean, presidents,
yeah,
not starstruck, but Charles, I was starstruck, dude.
Walking into the interview, like I was sweaty palms, nervous,
it's
nervous
crazy.
Shit. But like once we got talking to him, it's that's the thing about Charles, and I think that's what I like about him so much as like a founder of a chain, is that he's so accessible and he's just a normal dude. Like he is literally. I mean, he's a smart, intelligent, like,
right.
But he's still normal, you know. He's just a normal guy who wants to get to know his community, and he enjoys having the conversation. And never once did he make us feel like lesser or, you know, stupid or anything like that. So
I've always said that I don't think I've ever seen a person or listened to a person that's that freaking smart, but talks like a normal human being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Try having a normal conversation with Vitalik or
pass. That's a
word,
pass.
I'm sure. Yeah. You know?
He can definitely sound smart. Like if you listen to the conversation that we had, some of the shit that he was talking about was like so far over my head that all I could do was smile and nod, to be honest with you. And it actually made me want to come home and like research the chain more, because if I get to have a conversation with him next year, number one, I want to understand what the fuck he's saying, right? And number two, I want to be able to like participate in that conversation instead of just sitting there like, yeah, you know? So hopefully I'm better next year. Yeah. So let's see. Other than that, like the convention floor was super awesome. I didn't really get to spend too much time at any one booth because I was just bouncing all over the place and people were pulling me in 10 million different directions. But I think the ones that really got me were the bank booth, because they had like the whole squad over there. Risk was over there. They were handing out swag like crazy, handing out the wristbands for that party that they put on. That was pretty cool. Bees Hive was giving out some honey, which was super, super awesome. Yep, you got the tank. Nice. Yep. Tank, and then I finally got to get over to the Ascent Rivals booth, and I got to jam out on some games for a little bit. I had like 30 minutes.
I mean, that game was amazing. That game was amazing. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I think that it is really future.
What's up, Jacob? There he is.
Up, yeah, we were just talking about you.
Shout out
how short you are.
Burgess. This man, I sat down and I'm like, I've been trying to play this game, but I can't figure out the controls. And he's like, here, he put his build together for me. And then he was like, this is what you want to do. This is what you want to do. And I still spent 30 minutes crashing into pillars and walls. And
dude, he has an amazing video that walks you through all of the different controls. And I mean, like, he's a great asset to that team. I think that what they're building is massive. And then the fact that you're going to be able to have the gambling aspect to it in the future, dude, people are going to
I can see myself putting bounties out on a couple of folks that are playing right now. Like 108 on this dude's head if you can just take him out.
He shouldn't win. You know, my money's on the other guy.
No, but I've actually been playing it pretty hard the last couple of days. I got back on and I started messing around with different builds, like anywhere from light to heavy, just to kind of see what works best for me. And I'm starting to get the groove. I hit a sub 19 on one track so far with a really light, really fast racer, and I'm looking forward to. I'm probably going to hop into their game night on Sunday. So we'll see.
Oh, that's amazing.
See, now I'm over here doing what you said you were doing with Charles. I'm just like, just shaking my head.
Yeah. I'm really interested in gaming, especially on the blockchain, because like I grew up playing shit like fucking World of Warcraft and like all these other games where you put, hours and hours and hours and hours of your life into it. And, should that game ever shut down, all the time and effort you put into earning all that stuff just disappears, right? So I really like the idea of ownership in gaming on the blockchain, having your assets in your own wallet, being able to trade them, keep them, use them however you see fit. So I'm looking forward to gaming in this next year.
That's exciting. Were there any that you played that I guess surprised you? Because Cornucopias, I would say, is one that I had so many different expectations, and I guess I had a lot of anticipation for how it was going to turn out. Did you play it and feel like those were justified, or how did you feel about the other Web3 games? Right, I played Chrono Shot. I felt like the controls needed to be a little bit more, sticky. But I mean, Aaron was with me when I was playing it, and he said that the game is good, and to get it refined to that point is the hard part. That's what takes the most time. So he said that it was good, right? I looked at it and I was like, this is crap. I can't do it. He was like, no. You don't understand. He was like, you don't understand. I was like, I don't. You're right.
I downloaded Chrono Shot before Rare Evo actually and tested it out, and I agree with you 100%. It's, in my opinion, it's extremely clunky right now. The movement sucks. It's really laggy.
But it looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. I mean, it does a really good job there. So
I felt like it was burning too much though. Like my gaming laptop sounded like a jet engine while I was playing it, and I had to turn everything down to medium just to not be lagging out. Then what else? There was another game at the Reflex booth. I don't know if you saw it, but they had that pilot chair, and dude, I hopped in that, and once I got a feel for the controls, that game was super fun, dude. Flying all over the place, because you can strafe, you can do 360s. It's like a flight simulator game with guns and enemies coming at you from all sides. And the way they had the controls set up with the thruster and the throttle and all that stuff, it made you feel like you were actually in the game. So that was pretty fun. And then of course I played the Eternals game. You guys know Eternals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zora,
I own
Deadly Sin.
I didn't play it though. I played Star Atlas, and that one I felt like was very similar feeling to Cornucopias. It's kind of like too big.
We got a hot take here from Burgess. What do you think?
Oh, well, you know, it's easy to say stuff like that about your competitors because you gotta pump your own bags, right? Pump your own bags, baby.
I got a question for you. So, what was it? It was Wednesday night, I think, or Thursday night when we were all there. We're up in the hotel room. We're BSing. We're talking about games. We were talking about cornucopias.
Yeah.
When you went down to the floor, and so expanding off what we were talking about that night, when you went down to the floor and you see what they had going on.
Yep.
What's your opinion on that?
So they still had the racing game up, which is good. You know, they had that last year.
Right.
This time around, they had a open world experience for everybody as well, where you could run around with a character. And I think he said, I can't remember if he said it was either 4 or 8 square kilometers, which is pretty decent size. Like I've played games like DayZ and stuff like that, where it's like 10 square kilometers, and it's a pretty large map. He said it takes like 4 hours for you to run from the south side of the map to the north side of the map or something like that, which I don't know about that with four square kilometers, maybe 8. But the thing that got me was that there was nothing interactable in the game, right? Like I didn't actually get to put my hands on it because there was never an empty seat there.
Right.
But like after talking to the team, my main thing was like, is there anything that I can do on this map or just run around? And they're like, oh yeah. It's like all you can do right now is just run around. So there was no interactability. You couldn't use weapons. You couldn't use vehicles. You couldn't do anything except for just run around this massive map. And to me, it just felt kind of lackluster. Like even though they had created that much space, that much open space that you could run around and explore, I thought maybe there would be something that you could actually interact with to enjoy it other than just running around and exploring. So
right. You can have the nicest, biggest city in the world, but if there ain't no merchant shops or no nightclubs or no nothing, is it really a city? Is it really worth going there? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a major step from where they were at last year. And I know that they're trying to do everything right. But eventually people are going to get bored, right? Eventually people are going to get sick of promises. Like, look at Star Citizen, man. Fuck, dude. They've been going for, 20 years now and taking millions and millions and millions of dollars from people. And they've produced, 3 planets that you can visit or something. So eventually people are going to get sick of it. And I think that they're going to move on. And then when the game actually releases, they're not going to have a player base. So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
So Burgess says they already launched Chrono Shot in 2017 on Steam. Now they are revamping with Web3. So if it's been, if what he's saying is true, and the game has been around for 7 years, you would think that the controls would be dialed in, right? I mean, me and John were having this conversation last night about, it makes sense.
I didn't even go that hard. I didn't even go that hard on them, but yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, but I'm just saying, no, we were making it makes sense where you build the world, you get the mechanics, you get it looking right, and then it takes a while to get the actual, no lag time in the controllers, because that's a huge build. That's, you're talking like milliseconds, I would assume milliseconds, with like point and shoot and everything like that. But if they launched it 7 years ago,
yeah. It depends on whether they used any of the old code or whether they rebuilt from scratch, right?
Okay.
I mean, if the game was that terrible in 2017, why would they continue to use the same code base that they were using back then for a shitty game? So maybe they started from scratch. I don't know. Personally, I won't touch Chrono Shot again until it's got some updates. It's just not. I don't really find it that interesting. In the game mode that they have right now, I'm not really that interested in it. And to be honest, I like fast-paced shooters, right? Third person, first person, whatever. I'm not really a huge fan of the idea of every time you stop, time stops, right? And then, it's cool, you can see bullets flying at you and you can catch them out of the air and all that stuff, but it just feels really slow to me. And I don't like slow shooters. Like, I play stuff like Call of Duty and Valorant and stuff like that, where it's really fast-paced. So if it's not fast-paced, I'm probably not going to like it.
Best game ever made, GoldenEye 007 and 007, and that's where my gaming literacy stops.
You're not allowed to play Odd Job, though. Nobody's allowed to play Odd Job. It was the cheapest character in any shooting game ever. Dude was like 2 feet tall, and you could never get a shot on him.
Right.
All right. So CMDR on. Tell us about Angel Finance. Like, I saw something the other day that was like 3-point-something million ADA in 30 days or something crazy, that you all have been doing some awesome volume. That could be wrong. But I mean, Levvy has been pumping.
You're talking about Levvy, yeah. So Levvy did about 3.7 million ADA in volume in the last 30 days or so. So we've been seeing a pretty nice uptick. Actually, give me a second. I can tell you what the stats are right now. Let me pull the site.
Well, here's the alpha. Make sure you guys sell your Angel tokens so that we can buy in cheaper.
As he's pulling that up, let's reset the room real quick. Everybody, if you're watching this and you enjoyed this, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, notification bell if you're on YouTube. We are streaming to Rumble now. We've made the most money we've ever made on this stream on Rumble, and I think it's coming in at 3 pennies.
Yeah,
so
dude.
we've made nothing on YouTube, nothing on Twitter. But in the
Angel Finance ain't got nothing on us.
3 cents. We're like a tenth of a way to a ADA right now.
Hell yeah, baby. Don't spend it all in one place.
Like, subscribe, everything like that. And also, when he's getting ready to go over these numbers right now, you guys should know that they gifted us 1,000 Angel coin for the treasury a while back. We added another 200 out of the mint funds to that, and we now have a wallet called Empire Angels. We also have a background in our collection, and it's Angel Wings background, that all the money we get from those 1,200 angels gets distributed to the Angel Wing backgrounds. So
you don't say.
You don't say.
Yeah, there are only 6. There are only 6 that exist out there, and one of those 6 belongs to Commander.
Right. Good thing I copped one of those early, right?
Yeah.
And those
angels multiple different ways. I love it.
The first installment, since we don't want to make people wait, the mint has been dragging out. The first installment, I think we have like 630 ADA so far. The first installment's going to get paid out Friday. Maybe Saturday, because I work Friday. So maybe Saturday.
That's fine. So everybody's going to get paid out. We want you to post about it. Tell everybody that you're one of the 6 with the Angel Wing backgrounds. But yeah, you're going to get, about 100 ADA, to be honest.
Should I use that to buy more Angels or to put towards another Empire boss?
All I'm saying is that Kuma droids were a free mint, and they got almost up to 1 whole Solana worth, right on their floor price. And JPEG bosses are at 99 ADA. Everybody is really not paying attention to what's going on, because when this trading bot goes active, it's already in beta. That's what made the pump on the Kuma droids. But when you're able to use that over here on the JPEG Empire side from the Token Empire app, all I'm saying is there might be some opportunity there. So, you know what I'm saying? Plus, if you get a 1-of-1 or something else, there are, there's 33 total Angel background bosses, right? And there's only 6 minted right now.
That's right.
So, let's keep it that way for a while, guys.
And if anybody in here doesn't know about Angel Finance and Levvy, the socials are in the description of the video. We got Commander Social, Angel, and Levvy Social are all in the description. give them a like and a follow and check out what they got going on, because it's a big project. I bought in the first pre-sale. I bought in the second pre-sale.
Showtime says he has one. That means that's 2 out of the 6. I mean, there's 4.
Oh, no.
Rumor has it Angel Finance is going cross-chain. Is that probably why you've been sneaking around the cross-chain booths?
I had some conversations with different chains in Vegas about Levvy. So I can go ahead and say this because it's public knowledge. We spoke about it in our Discord and on Spaces a couple of times. We have already made a down payment to a developer to start development for Levvy Solana.
I hear he's a good one too.
Yeah, he's all right. He's got a tad bit of experience, just a little bit.
Right.
So we're looking at a pretty fast time frame for that. Actually, we're expecting about a 90-day build time before we can start testing, and then hopefully like a month or 2 after that we'll be live. We've also got the connections that we need to talk to all of the KOLs over there, get into all the right spaces, make sure that everybody knows that Levvy is going to be dropping on Solana before we actually drop it. We're going to be creating an incentivization system for it as well for people over there on Solana, so that they have a reason to come over and use the platform. We haven't decided on percentages yet, but a certain percentage of what we make over there in fees will stay on Solana to incentivize people to use the platform. There will be like a points-based system where folks will be able to like earn during a season. And then once that season is over, that percentage that we keep over there will get paid out to them. So keeps them coming back, gives them something to work for, creates gamification on the platform. And then as per the Angel way, the rest of that will be coming back to Cardano. So a significant portion of that will be going to our holders as per the usual in that regular 80-20 split. We'll be putting some of it back into the treasury as usual so that we can continue to fund development. And then we'll also be putting some of it back into the actual treasury that we use to earn so that we can continue compounding what we have over here for you guys. So a lot of stuff in the works.
So here's a question then. So Levvy is going cross-chain. Angel is not going cross-chain.
Nope.
Liquidity will be coming back to Cardano from Solana.
Yeah.
That's like a first, bro.
So
everybody else is leaving Cardano and going to Solana or Base. Angel's actually going to bring something back to Cardano.
So we were looking at some of the more prestigious lending and borrowing platforms over on Solana, because I've been doing research trying to figure out what kind of market we can get into, what kind of market share we can get. And one of the main ones over there that's doing volume is getting about $10 million in volume every 4 hours. Every 4 hours. Now imagine that we could capture. Imagine that we could capture 10% of that, right? 10% of that. That's $1 million in volume every 4 hours. Imagine we could only capture 1% of that. That's still $100,000 every 4 hours in volume. Now imagine what that adds up to over the course of a 30-day period before we do our payouts, right? So did
I already send you my resume?
Sorry, we're not hiring, bro.
Oh man, barnacles.
Yeah. Now, I mean, of course, all of this is mere speculation right now because you know how Solana is. They're extremely tribal over there. They may look at us as somebody coming into the ecosystem to extract. But that's also why we're offering the incentivization system, right? Because everybody knows when you incentivize people to use a platform and you tell them that they're going to get paid to use it. So let's just say we do like a 2-month long season, right? For those 2 months, people are going to be going hard as fuck to get all the points that they need to be number one and get the highest payout that they're going to get, right? Within that 2 months, they're going to be using our platform so much that they're just going to be so used to it. It's going to be the first thing they type in on their computer when they go to loan or borrow, right? So after that 2-month season is over, we will already have that retention from those people. And as long as we can promise a solid payout after that first season, then they're hooked, right? They're there forever. As long as we are incentivizing them and paying them back, they're making money on the platform and they're making money from using the platform. We'll keep those folks. So the main thing is the marketing leading up to that, getting into all the right Twitter spaces, talking to all the right influencers over there, and making sure that we get our name out there before we actually drop the platform. So
yeah, I have to take this moment to FUD Marginal Enthusiast. He actually doesn't have any idea what he's talking about. You should sell your Angel so that we can buy it for cheaper.
That's not going to happen anytime soon, dude. I think all the Jeters
crazy.
All the Jeters are gone now. People are just in accumulation phase. So yeah, let's get to those stats real quick. So in the last 30 days, token loan volume by itself is 8.42 million ADA.
Wow.
So 359,000 total interest earned, 6.89 million ADA in total value locked. We have over 2,500 loans active right now, and total loans of 6,500 in the last 30 days. So, shout out again to our top token that is just out there ripping on numbers. C4 has been killing it. There has been over 4 million ADA loaned on C4 in the last 30 days. And then coming in second is SNEC, of course, with about 1.8 million. And then Hunt with about 746,000. So they've been absolutely crushing it. And C4 deserves it, man. They've been killing it. I don't know if you guys caught that space today.
I didn't. Tell me about it.
They were just talking about everything that's coming for C4. I'm not gonna shill them on the platform on this.
No, but that's fine.
The space was recorded, and you can go back and listen to it. Asung is always really good at talking about the project and hyping everybody up. So.
I'll check him out. I took a picture with him, and I thought I got one with Jeff and Proof, or with Jeff and Proof from the friend community. But it turns out I only got one with him. And I didn't get one with Jeff, either of the friends, in front of the friend booth. Crazy.
Yeah. So other than that, we just entered our first ever private sale. Angel Finance, we put in, I believe, $13,000 into a private token sale that's coming up here soon. Can't talk about who it is because they haven't announced it yet. We can't announce it yet. But we are extremely bullish on this. So much so that we put $13,000 into it.
Can you say what type of project it is?
I cannot. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That's understandable. No, that's understandable.
But I think you guys know Barakiel by now, and you know that he is very, very serious about where our funds go and what our funds get invested into. So you can know that if he put that kind of money into a token sale like this, that we feel it's going to be extremely lucrative for us. So,
okay.
Yeah. What else? A lot of shit happened last week while we were at Rare Evo.
Yeah, tell us about that. I mean, like, we had a blast. We got together. We did our live stream with the machinist. That was great. You know, yep. We did some of the other stuff. We were hanging out. We saw a lot of each other. But, I mean, we were running crazy, making connections, and I'm sure you guys were too. Tell us about that.
Before we get into that, I just want to say shout out to the John Carter. I think Desert Crypto can support me when I say this, that this man was he probably shook hands with all 2,000 people at that time.
Well, he's the Energizer Bunny for sure.
This dude.
He wore my old ass out, I'll tell you what.
He was shaking like 5 babies at a time, kissing like 20 hands. It was absolutely insane, man.
Here's
this guy, not only was he promoting for himself,
I was just gonna say
Empire, he was bringing people to us. Like, have you met Commander from Angel Finance yet? Have you met DeFi from Angel Finance yet? And literally dragging people over to the table and introducing them to us. So shout out to you, brother, for hustling not only for yourself but for other folks that were there as well. I appreciate you, man.
Dude, I love you. I love you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I think that we're doing something that we think is valuable. We're putting a lot of effort in, man. We're putting a lot of effort in. But I was actually going to say, do you know if Barakiel has like specific experience with like venture funding and stuff like that, and hedge funds and things?
That's a conversation that you would have to have with Barakiel. He is a very private person, and I'm not quite sure on information that I'm supposed to be sharing about him, to be perfectly honest. But
no, that's totally good.
Hitting him up in DMs, he could probably answer that for you. So
I might have something that's coming up that might benefit everybody that's in our circle, which would be great.
Got to respect the team members, man. I can't be sharing their shit. So
absolutely,
of course.
But as far as who we talk to out there, I actually have a direct connection with somebody who is working full time in Web3 on Ronin Chain. They have a pretty exciting gaming environment over there. I think that's like one of their focuses is gaming. We had a really good conversation.
That's what Axie Infinity runs on, correct?
What's that?
Axie Infinity runs on top of Ronin.
Yep. Axie Infinity was, from what I understand, was an integral part of even creating Ronin.
It was.
So that conversation was basically about like what they had going on over there, the project that he was involved in, and then I started telling him about how I got into Angel Finance and how we bought Levvy. And he wanted to start having conversations about rentals because there's a lot of people over there that want to rent NFTs to be able to use in different games and stuff like that. And as far as I'm aware, and as far as he's aware, there is no market over there for that right now. So that's something that's in the notebook. But
during Axie Infinity's heyday, that's what they were doing. You know what I mean? The NFTs themselves were so overpriced. But these people in these more undeveloped areas were able to rent an Axie, play it, earn money, pay the rental, and still earn. I mean, they were earning maybe $20 a day or $20 a week, but that's like, a
lot of money
a day in the United States. You know what I mean? So
people were also doing scholarships, if you remember that. So. Basically, like the owner would give somebody access to their wallet, like multi-sig access to the wallet, so that they couldn't take the asset, and basically log them in to play the game, and then they would give them, like 5 or 10% of whatever it is they earned on a daily basis. So there's the possibility of that as well. I think it would be really interesting to do like a blockchain style scholarship program. Right? Like a site where you could go and sign up as a scholar. And then like, as you work through and as you earn for your person that owns the asset, you get like a rating and stuff. And as your rating goes up, then you can get in with more and more people and more scholarships. That would be pretty cool.
That's a good idea right there.
And absolutely. Yeah. But the problem is that we need so many developers to make this happen. I mean, you guys know how busy our dev is, working on probably about 10 different projects right now. So we need the developers, we need the funds, and like we're really, really hoping that Solana takes off, because if it does, and we capture even like I said, 1, 2, 3% of that market share over there, we're going to have all the funds we need to move everywhere we want to move. We want to go EVM. We break into a single EVM chain, we can access all of them. Yeah. So as soon as we move over to an EVM chain, all the code's all the same. It's literally just changing the website around so that the color palettes and the aesthetics and everything else match the chain that you want to go to. And, 5 years from now, Levvy could be on 20 different chains, earning for everybody. So, yeah.
It could be the one that rules them all. Kind of like Proto at Rare Evo.
I don't know about all that. I'll be happy just making enough that our community can go and start their cult in Costa Rica like we want to do. So, imagine for me, like my end goal would be for a majority of our community to be able to come into the Discord and say like, I'm making enough from Angel that I don't have to work anymore, that I can go and do whatever I want to do. I can pursue my own goals. I can fund my own business. If I even have 1 or 2 people come into the Discord and say that they're capable of doing that, I'll feel like I've accomplished something. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then there was another one out there. So you guys might want to look into this actually. It's called Last Chain, last.net. I'll DM you the information. The chain's not actually live yet. It's in testnet. I think he said something about like early to mid 2025 for the chain to go live. But from what I understand is you'll be able to port your EVM assets over to this chain. Those EVM assets will still be earning on their parent chain, but then you'll still be able to use them on Last Chain to borrow, lend, stake, yield farm. So you'll be able to basically dual farm EVM tokens. So that was really interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I hit him up in DMs today actually and started that conversation just to kind of get a feel for what's going on over there. But he says that they're going to have some pretty prominent businesses coming in as soon as they open up. So those were the two cross-chain conversations that I had while I was there. Had some conversations with the folks at Catalyst. Levvy's always going to need new development work, so we should definitely be tapping into Catalyst funding for that. If the funding is there and we can use it to pay more developers to keep upgrading Levvy, that's something that we're contemplating as well. And then, yeah, I mean, dude, it goes on and on. We could sit here for 2 hours and talk about all the different connections that I've made, but suffice it to say that I didn't really get to have too much fun in Vegas. It was more networking and working. And I'm sure John can agree that it was a lot of work, right? It wasn't a vacation. So
it wasn't a vacation. And like, I like look back on it and like, there were many different times when I was like drinking, but like the entire time I was on work mode though. Like I never drank that much. Like I never got lost. You know what I mean? I never like got my eye off the ball the entire time. And like even in the mornings, Desert would be like, dude, you slept 4 hours, like chill out. And I would be like, no, dude, they're probably getting breakfast right now and I need to talk to them and let them know what we're doing.
I need coffee, I need something to eat, calm down, and he's like, yeah.
I was like, I'll be back.
What's 3 days of no sleep, right? Versus all of the benefits of the entire convention. Yeah. No, but absolutely. I did get to see some cool stuff there as well. So I don't know if you guys know Introverts.
I love them.
They put out their first physical book, and they had about 100 copies of it there, where you could go up and buy one for $25. I actually paid with ADA, which was super sweet. Buying a physical item with ADA right there at the booth, and I got a signed copy. It was signed by the writer and the illustrator. It came with its own little certificate of authenticity. But they actually do print on demand and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. They're starting to open up their own shop, but like being able to get not just like shirts and hats and stuff like that, but actual like physical merchandise like a children's book or something. I think it's a really cool concept coming out of there.
That's kind of funny because that's like the exact opposite of Book.io. I bought a book from Book.io and I couldn't pay with ADA. I had to pay with my credit card.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Go figure, right?
Yeah. No, I think they were much more chill about it. They were just like, here is my ADA handle. Send me ADA here, and then we'll get you taken care of. It wasn't like a site that I had to go to and pay. It was P2P right there in person. Marcus is an exceptional human being. As introverted as he is, he's very, very good at the booth. And I think it was just a really cool experience, man. We bought a bunch of stuff actually. Like I didn't buy this, but shout out to Bank for hooking me up with a new hat. And then I actually went over to the Book.io booth and I bought one of their hats just because it looks freaking super fly. Like the embroidery on this thing is absolutely amazing. But yeah, man, it was a pretty cool experience. And then there was a couple of shops there that were actually like trying to open up merch shops. Like, did you guys get to see Subscribio by chance?
I didn't see Subscribio.
Bojang.
I seen the booth, subscribe.io.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
I seen the booth. I didn't go talk to him.
Yeah,
but I did see the booth.
They had a Levvy light, dude, like one of those lights that you can put on your desk, and it was the Levvy sloth head. And yeah, it's super sweet, dude. He's like, I only made one of them. I made it when the apes still had Levvy, and I didn't want to like start selling it until I could talk to you guys and see if maybe we could figure something out. So we had probably like 2 separate 30-minute conversations about like merchandise and like they handle everything, dude. Like we could basically send them designs and stuff like that, tell them all the different kinds of merchandise that we want. They handle the printing, the shipping, the sales, everything like that. And then we just get royalties into our wallet. So that's a pretty cool conversation right there. And he does like all of their merchandise is like quality, dude. But then right at the end of the convention, I went over and I found Crypto Chips, which was a whole other merchandising place. Ran into Jacob Burgess over there, actually.
Yep. I was gonna say,
and then he told me on their shit. Like they're doing like challenge coins and like basically all of the same stuff. So I think it's gonna be like, which one of you guys is gonna get me quality merchandise for cheaper? Right?
Well, I can tell you, I can't speak to subscribe.io. But I have bought in shirts from Crypto Chips. I've bought some of AJ's Grogger line. And I actually wore one at the conference. And the quality of the shirt is really nice. It's really good quality on the shirt. We've given away some of their Bitcoin bundles. They have like floating, rotating coins and stuff like that. Yep. And we've had nothing but positive feedback on that. And King David is pretty cool.
They had that Bitcoin bill that was like this fucking big. Did you guys see that one? That steel pressed Bitcoin bill? That was so sweet, dude. I would love to get something like that, like Angel themed, just like this.
Well, they have those. They have those with QR codes on it, to where you can like store crypto on it.
Oh,
you know, yeah. Where it's like, you know, it's like almost like a paper wallet, I guess. I'm not exactly.
Bury it in your backyard, and then just bury it in your backyard.
There you go.
In a safe deposit box. Shout out to Risk, man. Shout out to Risk. Yo, Johnny Tran showed up at the convention rocking a suit jacket every single day. Like, this man came to play, bro. He was absolutely pimped out the entire time. Just super, super approachable. And that's the thing that I really love about these conventions. Is like, I didn't go up to a single booth where people were not just willing and like almost excited to talk to strangers, right? You saw it at the bank/risk booth like crazy. You saw it at the Hops on Cardano booth. You saw it at the Bees Hive booth. Hosky was running around slapping stickers on people all over the place. I found stickers in places I didn't even know stickers could go by the end of that convention. But like even some of the bigger ones, like I went by the Iagon booth, you know, and they're making it. They're a pretty big business already. And, you know, they had no problem whatsoever talking to people, explaining what they had going on. World Mobile Token was the same way. Input, output, IOHK. Like, I had a really good conversation with the guy running the Hydra team over there for a while, got signed up for some newsletters and stuff, talked to the Catalyst people, and everybody was just like, yeah, come see what we got going on. Let me tell you all of the information that I can tell you. And then it was just great conversations all around. So, yeah.
100%. I think my biggest regret is not taking enough pictures in the convention center and interviewing people.
Same.
I brought the camera, brought everything, left the freaking scan disc card at home. The memory card for the camera.
Like, I was getting dragged in so many different directions. I didn't even have time to think about pulling out my phone and taking pictures. You know what I mean? Like, Kat probably got more pictures than I did, and she didn't even get that many. So it was, I don't know. There was just too much of this going on, dude. We were talking nonstop with everybody. And honestly, like, taking pictures of every single booth and every single person and everything else, I feel like kind of would have pulled me a bit away from the experience. And boy, was it an experience. So Yeah. I think that's about all that I can talk about as far as Rare Evo goes. We made a lot of connections there that I feel like we're going to reach out. We're going to reach out on some of these connections, and hopefully, like within the next month or two, we might have some really cool shit locked in, like really, really cool shit. But I don't like counting my chickens before they're hatched. So, and
Right.
there's going to be a lot of negotiation and back and forth between some teams that I ran into there before we can concrete anything. So, yeah, other than that, while I was gone, we integrated MetaMask into Levvy. NewFi created this really cool widget. I'm sure you guys have seen that on Twitter already. You can actually link your MetaMask wallet up in Levvy, and you can transfer EVM tokens and convert them into ADA directly on the site. So once we start getting into EVM chains and stuff like that, we'll be ready to go. That way, when people see Levvy on the EVM chains, if they want to come over and get involved in the ecosystem over here, then they can just do a direct swap to ADA and get involved in Levvy on Cardano as well. So that's pretty cool. And then we integrated Cerberus risk ratings yesterday.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Just going to keep going, man. Keep going, keep doing stuff, making sure the community doesn't have any reason to FUD us for real, you know? We already get that on Monday. So,
which, yeah. I mean, I think that is awesome. I think it's awesome to have a culture of people in the community that are having fun. And that, like, the FUD Monday thing is so funny to me because I FUD'd the other day and it wasn't Monday, and people are like, "What the hell? You're not FUDing on Monday? That's crazy." You know, it's like, I mean, I'll FUD on Monday too, but you know,
yeah.
I was like, no, this man, guy use all your funds for Camaro. A nice
we love it, dude. We love it. Like, you know, we may be a serious project, but that doesn't mean that we can't like have fun with the community, right? You know, you don't want to be too serious because then you're not attracting all of the people that you could attract. And FUD Mondays is like the perfect way for us to do that because at this point, everybody knows that it's a joke. But then you've got folks like Rex and you've got folks like Mr. Big and you. Even Bertino, one of our mods, takes part in it. And they just get all over Twitter and they just dump on us. And it is absolutely hilarious because we're just throwing shots back and forth at each other in the comments and having a good time. And for some reason on Mondays, the price of Angel goes up instead of down. So we're not doing a good enough job, apparently. Yeah.
I love it. So, I mean,
yeah, it needs to go down a little bit so I can pick some more up for sure.
Yeah. I wanted to go back down to 3 if it can.
I think those days, I think that ship has sailed a long time ago.
We're gonna have to get a time machine and go back like 4 months, dude.
Sheesh.
The only way that's gonna happen. So
sheesh.
I honestly feel like once things go live on Solana, like everybody's gonna think that 10 ADA Angels were cheap. So
yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah, because even at 10 ADA, the market cap is still pretty small, right?
I think we're somewhere around like 5.5 million right now, but that's because we have such a low supply, right? Like most tokens out there are in the millions or the billions. We have 496,000. It's very exclusive.
You should have put like 15 decimal points, and then people would have been flooding in.
Well, there is 6 decimal points. So if you think about it, right, like if we ever get to the point to where one Angel is like paying out 1 ADA, right? You know, even a half an Angel is going to have value. Even a quarter of an Angel is going to have value, right? Yep. We're paying out roughly like 0.18 to 0.19 right now. I think for the last 2 months it's been like 0.18 to 0.2 per Angel. So if we can pay that out to 0.25 of an Angel, then it's basically like people are going to be getting the same that they would be getting now, just later on. And all the ones that actually have, you know, a whole coin.
Right.
Whole coin.
Yeah. They'll be raking it in, man. So,
yeah.
And then we just need ADA to go up. That's what we really
And
need.
it's going. I mean, that pump up to fucking 40 cents is crazy, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it was at 35. I put like $2,000. I put 2,100 in of my uncle's money, and then I watched it go to 34, and I was like, damn, maybe I should have waited. And then immediately after that, back up to 40 cents, and he's up like 200, and he was like, oh. So this is what crypto is.
Let's not get excited. We've seen 40 cents multiple times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's not get too excited.
Definitely a resistance area. A good thing though, we've been looking at the charts for ADA the past couple of days, and we have broken out of an overall falling wedge or a falling triangle on the daily. And we've finally broken that pattern. I expect us to come back down and retest it, but we have had a pretty good freaking breakout out of the pattern. So
yeah,
that pattern, the measured move on that pattern is 90 cents. So we'll see.
I think people are starting to get over the stigma of Cardano, to be honest with you, because we've got a lot of really intelligent people on Twitter that have been promoting like Chang and,
right.
Community governance and all this other stuff. And I think people are starting to take notice. Charles did a fantastic job at Rare Evo, especially with all the other chains there. People were there listening, they got a feel for the man. They got a feel for the blockchain. We've been bringing people over from other chains, like shout out to Omen, man. They've been bringing people over from Solana like crazy. They've been bringing people over from EVM chains like crazy. And those people are going to go back and talk, right? They're going to go back and talk to all their friends on other chains about Cardano's not a good chain. It's not, the community over here is solid. And then you've got people like the John Carter in a space last night with Ethereum people bringing Cardano projects in to talk to Ethereum people about what we're doing over here. Like,
and they were surprised. We're out here rocking, man. We're out here rocking.
Yeah. I wanted to come up on stage and talk about Angel, but you guys were talking about NFTs, and we don't have
But you didn't request. I would have let you up. I know you.
I know you would have. But I didn't want to come in there like, yeah, we're a token project in your NFT space, bro. You know what I mean? So
NFT to zero, Angel to the moon.
If you do enough and focused on other stuff, then I'll pop in.
Dude, here's a little bit of alpha that might be funny. So he's saying BitBoy hates Cardano. So that's been the whole like meta. But this guy from the Pluto Alliance Discord has been talking to me about fighting him on Karate Combat. And I said, bro, I'll fucking do it. But also, if I go, I'm going to be decked out in Angel Finance. I'm going to be decked out in Risk stuff. I'm going to be decked out in Hop stuff. Like, I'll freaking do it. If this man can arrange a Karate Combat fight, the John Carter versus this other guy, dude, all I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying?
You got so many projects to represent, bro. Your robe is going to look like a patchwork quilt when you walk in there.
I cannot wait.
Like Cardano projects all down the robe.
I got to have a snack energy drink right on the middle of my shorts just so people know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh, yeah. You got to have the snack right in the middle where it belongs. Hanging low, bro.
Yeah, man. But I mean, like, the truth is, like, this guy said that he might be able to get it to happen. If it does, I never really fought somebody like that. Like, I've been into some like things, but like that'd be crazy.
Can you scrap though? Because that's really important. Like, I mean, you're gonna step into a ring representing Cardano. You better be able to knock that motherfucker out,
dude. I think I'm gonna have to. I don't think I'll have a choice, to be honest. So, hey, you know who you are if you're watching this right now. Just get ready. Just get ready. I'm gonna throw down.
Well, if you need a cut, man, just let me know, bro. All I need is an all expenses paid trip to wherever the fight is, and I'll be your corner guy.
Dude, look, I got you, because in theory, if they pay what they're saying that they're gonna pay, what I said that I needed to get paid because I'm a dad, I got 2 kids and a wife. You know what I mean? I can't just be like, hey, babe, I'm gonna go fight this person because I'm a man. She's gonna be like, but how much does it pay though? You know what I mean? So it's gotta be like, there has to be like a number there that makes sense. Yeah. And so if that happens, I'm gonna be like, yeah, but I need this guy. I need my guy. I need my corner guy. Look, John with Angel.
I mean, they're making enough money. They can probably pay people pretty well to go and show up to those fights. So
I said 35, dude. I said 35 and I'm in.
35,000?
That's what I said. I said 35 and I'm in.
Man, my man's cheap, dude. Getting into a fight for 35,000.
Dude, and I said, look, I'm pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like at a minimum of 35, bro.
You get into the ring with the wrong person, you're going to need all 35 of that to pay for cosmetic surgery.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about this one. He says that he's not a fighter either. I was like, all right, bet.
You sure he's not catfishing you? You're going to get in there and he's just going to be like this absolute jacked freaking barbarian.
No, he's 10 pounds less than I am.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, he's 10 pounds less than I am. He's got a dad bod. He's got more kids than I do. So we're probably like right there on the same. But all I'm saying is if I've got all my communities on my back, I mean, I gotta put my best foot forward. I can't go out there and then just get smacked out that quick. You know what I mean? For the entertainment, you know?
If you embarrass us, you're going to lose your Angel sponsor. That's all I'm saying.
I can't let that happen. I'll tell you what.
Good shit. Whoa, what happened to?
I don't know. He's got something going on, but
I think having some issues,
dude. Yeah, this has been really great, and I'm bullish on Levvy Finance. I'm bullish on Angel Finance, and I'm glad I have a bag. Imagine if I didn't. I would hate to be sidelined here.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, there's still an opportunity for folks to go out there and get a bag. Your ROI isn't going to be as good as it was for the people in the token sale, which, by the way, that's something that I didn't mention. The last 2 months or so, people have been getting a 6% return if they bought in during the token sale. So if we can hit that again this month, I think our return rate is going to be up to like 32% APY or something like that. And we're just going to keep stacking on that. So, and it's only going to get better as we continue to branch out, as we continue to add more money to the trading treasury. Like every month we compound, there's going to be more and more money coming in. So,
when, I guess this is a pertinent question, when staking?
Okay. So, we have access to the back end now.
Okay.
I just built the first contract today. So, but here's the thing is we want to test it extensively.
Of course.
Right now I am waiting for them to connect the contract to the staking site. I have a week-long contract that I built. We're going to test it, and that's going to be us basically. I want to stake with multiple different browsers, multiple different wallets. I want multiple people hitting it at the same time.
Right.
I want to make sure that everything is running smoothly before we release it, because how awesome would that be, right? To be like, hey guys, staking's finally coming. And then everybody hops on the site and they go to stake and it fucking crashes or locks up all their tokens or does this or does that. So, I can tell you right now that we are this close. We are literally this close. The contract is in place, waiting for it to get linked. We're gonna test for about a week or so, and as long as there's no problems, as long as everything runs smooth, we should be able to announce it here very, very shortly. So,
have you talked with like Anastasia Labs? Because
about what?
Well, they do like audits and stuff like that, and they might be able to help to make
I got to connect if you need it.
A little more about it.
I can tell you, as far as the smart contracts and the staking site and all that stuff goes, that Avatar Nick himself did review all of the code. So,
okay.
Yeah, so that's not a problem. Avatar Nick looked over all the code and gave it the green light. But this is more just like a. It's more just like for my own peace of mind, right?
Right. No,
how many mints have you seen where it's like, oh, this is going to go smooth as hell and everything just goes to shit?
Right.
How many times have you seen like staking sites fail or mess up? We want to provide the best quality product that we can for the community, since they've been waiting over, almost 8 months for it. We're not going to half-ass it. We're going to do it right. So
cool.
Yeah.
100%.
Very cool.
Great question, though. Great question.
Well, I haven't really been. When I asked the question, I didn't know if it was actually live or not yet because I haven't really been paying attention. But I didn't think it was live. But I'm just wondering what was going on with it.
Almost there, man. Believe me, if anybody's impatient about this, it's me. Like,
oh, I'm sure.
No, for a while now. You've been pretty impatient about it for a while now.
So imagine how impatient you are as a community member. Imagine how impatient I am as a founder, right? So it's coming for real, as long as we don't break it when we go to test it. So
excellent.
And just imagine how much more them angel wing backgrounds are going to be worth once we stake the Empire Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And imagine what kind of supply shock you're going to see when we get up to 60 or 70% locked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So is there going to be staking periods?
So the way the contract's going to be set up, it'll be perpetual, and it'll be a 6-month lock. So like I could stake tomorrow and it'll lock up for 6 months. You could come in a month later and stake and it'll lock up for 6 months. Right.
Right.
And the way that we have it set up is if you let's just say that you want to stake, let's say you want to just mess around with numbers and stake like 500 of your angel tokens, right? And keep the rest of it in case the price goes up and you want to speculate or whatever. If a month rolls around and you decide you want to stake 500 more of those angels, it should stake it into the exact same contract. So those 500 would technically only be staked for 5 months, right? Or locked for 5 months.
Oh, really? So it wouldn't be a new contract. It would be
because it's all going to be linked to your wallet. The only way you should be creating a new contract is if you stake with a separate wallet.
Gotcha.
Okay. Because I know some sites you have Omen. So like my Omens are staked, and I have them staked in batches.
Yep.
So if I just want to pull out a couple, I can pull out that couple or this couple, you know what I mean, and not have to unstake everything. But this will be all in one, which is good because if you're accumulating, if you got some staked for 6 months and then you start accumulating more, you can just keep adding to it. And it won't be a new contract every freaking time. Yeah. That's cool.
And just to be clear, this is locked staking. Whatever you commit is locking up for 6 months, and you will not be able to withdraw it. I just want to be absolutely clear to everybody about that. There is still non-custodial. If you choose to stay non-custodial, then you have full control of your tokens. Lock staking will be for a 6-month contract. So make sure that you're ready to commit to that, because once it's locked up, we can't unlock it without completely deleting the contract, which is not going to happen.
And that's an extra 20% that would normally go to non-custodial gets taken off and goes towards the people that lock it up, right?
So we'll do our regular 80-20 split. We'll distribute all of the tokens equally amongst the locked token stakers and the non-custodial stakers. And then before payout happens, 20% of whatever is over on the non-custodial side gets taken and distributed equally amongst the locked token stakers, right? So let's say you have 20% of your tokens locked up and 80% non-custodial, right? Everybody's going to get their equal share, but then 20% is going to come from that 80%, right? Which is going to be a fat amount of ADA. And then that'll only get distributed to 20% of the tokens. And then that's going to shift either way, right? Say 80% is locked up and 20% is non-custodial. Those 20% or those 20% are going to lose a little less ADA, right? And the ones that have their tokens locked up will get less through the distribution. So it's going to be interesting to see what the meta is when staking goes live, and people may be trying to like balance that out so that they can get the best returns with locked staking versus everybody just locking their shit. But then again, it would also be cool as hell to see 90% of it locked up, because then we have like what is it, like a 90% TVL and 10% tokens actually like live in action.
And it would still kind of work out normal, because 90% of the overall tokens would be going to you anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm thinking more like price action wise, right? Like what happens when that supply shock hits where 90% of the tokens can't be sold for 6 months or bought for 6 months. Right. You're going to see some pretty insane action on secondary or on the DEXs. So
yeah.
That's massive. Dude, super excited about what Angel Finance has going on. And dude, I mean, Angel Finance on Solana, Angel Finance on Cardano. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. And that's what's important is the growth, man. People that are just locked into one thing, they're not thinking big enough. And I love where you guys are looking into the future and building something that has value for everybody.
Right.
That's the plan, man. Providing as much value for as many people as possible. That's always been the way that I look at this space. Like we may be low liquidity, but that doesn't mean that we can't all still make it, right? There's enough for everybody to eat. And I think a lot of people in this ecosystem forget that, and they only care about, what's going to be best for them or for their project or their business. We don't want to think that way. We don't want our community to think that way. And hopefully we can prove that it's possible. So we'll see what happens.
Right. Amazing.
100%.
So we're coming up a little bit over the hour. I mean, like, dude, CMDR, it's always a pleasure to have you on. Always. You need to come back soon. We need to do another Friday with some beers.
Yeah, I'm down, man. We do poker every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, man. So
I'm gonna have
if you want to do like an hour-long session at 5 or 4 or something like that, I can link up any Friday. But I've got my commitments to my community, and I take those very seriously. And poker.
Yeah, I need to play more of the games. There's so many poker games that I love to play in, and I just haven't lately. I've just been freaking grinding, and I've been so sad about it. I like register for a game, look at it like an hour into the game, and I'm like, damn.
Come by Lurkers and lose some money, man. I'll be happy to take your ADA from you.
It doesn't have to be on a Friday, because for you, sir, we will be here on Saturday.
That's fair. I appreciate that, man.
That's you know what I mean? I kicked myself in the ass because I was stuck in a traffic jam the last time you were on a Saturday. And when John said we had to go on Saturday, I said, I'm ready to rock. Let's go.
Yeah, I remember that. Didn't we say something about how he rugged us, John?
Right. Okay. Hey, bro, I was in the middle of Phoenix in a traffic jam listening to the thing of mother. It was
fair
crazy.
Enough. Real life always comes first, man.
The airport. I had to take family to the airport. That was the problem.
Oh, sorry, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Fuck you, Jeff Dukes.
There you go.
Happy now.
There we go.
Happy. All right, so we're gonna do this again very soon. Big love to you, Commander. Dude, we love Angel Finance. We love what you all are doing. We love Levvy. We love the new administration. We think that you all are really building something beautiful and cross-chain. Like, that's huge, Well,
thanks to you guys. Oh, man. I know you're hustling, too, with Chinvat and, working your way through a slow mint and, building the site for JPG. And you got Kumadroid coming up. And when I said that you were probably like the biggest hustler in Vegas, I meant it, dude. So I know that you guys are going to make it. You just got to keep moving forward, keep hustling, keep making those connections, and everybody's going to know JPG Empire in the next year. So
let's freaking go.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Let's freaking go. Thank you for joining us, Commander. We'll see you next time around. And I'm going to just go ahead and knock us out with this one. Boom.